CIA Special Ops, Secret World of America's Black Ops. Let's get it.
When diplomacy fails and war is unwise, the president calls upon the highly covert Central Intelligence Agency to get the job done.
CIA.
Within the CIA lies a few black operations forces that are tasked to do some of the most dangerous and high-stakes missions imaginable.
I ain't gonna lie, I always, growing up, I wanted to be either CIA or FBI. And then I realized the CIA be killing their own members whenever shit goes wrong. And I was like, never mind, FBI. And then I learned about all the shady shit the FBI did. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to join. Which one would you join? FBI or CIA? Let me know.
In fact, these units are so highly classified that very few images or media of them exist. With that said, what units make up CIA
So we're going to use
Special
stock
Operations?
training footage.
How much is known about them? And most importantly, what do they do under the veil of secrecy? Join us as we dive into some of the most secretive and mysterious black operations units in the entire world.
I want to learn about the
CIA
spies.
Special Operations.
I want to learn about the hitmen, the suit and tie, walk up, dead drop type.
Raids, ambushes, sabotage, targeted killings, and unconventional warfare.
Targeted killings.
We're not talking about Delta Force or SEAL Team 6. We're talking about the elite Tier 1 equivalent known as the Special Activities Center. When the United States takes measures towards national security, it has three options: diplomacy, military action, and then covert action.
A lot of people would say these two are pretty similar. I tend to agree.
When they need the third option, they call the Special Activities Center, as covert action is their bread and butter. They take this stuff seriously, as their motto is quite literally Latin for third option. But what are your options?
Damn, okay.
Security measures?
Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. He said, I gotta get my bag, bro.
As the Special Activities Division, the CIA Special Activities Center is a division of the Central Intelligence Agency responsible for covert operations and paramilitary operations.
Damn, what the hell was that?
Intelligence
bro flashed the light and oh, they breached.
Operations and paramilitary operations. While it is not a military unit, the SAC is often considered on par with Tier 1 units in JSOC, meaning they are tasked with performing some of the most secretive Black Ops missions imaginable. There's two main components of the SAC: the Special Operations Group and the Political Action Group. We'll be covering the Political Action Group in more detail in a later section. So for now, we'll be focusing on SOG. Operators who are in the Special Operations Group are officially referred to by the CIA as Specialized Skills Officers. The Special Operations Group is often considered the most secretive Special Operations force the United States has at its disposal.
So it's not on Wikipedia.
100 operatives who are mostly selected for military special operations best of the best, such as Delta Force, DevGru, Navy SEALs, and Green Berets.
Never heard of them. Wait, who are they?
Best of the best, such as Delta Force, DevGru,
never heard of them.
Navy SEALs, and Green Berets.
Navy Special Warfare Development Group. Never heard of them.
Operators participate in missions throughout the world that the U.S. does not want to be officially involved in. That's right.
Yeah, it's not official.
Partakes in
and that's what I'm saying. They be killing their own members and shit go left. We weren't here, plausible deniability and whatnot.
So under the radar that in the event anyone or anything is compromised during a mission,
the US
government can deny all knowledge and disavow the operator.
Exactly.
Similar to how
disavowed. You're disavowed. If y'all seen John Wick, you're excommunicado. You're gone. You wasn't here.
Special Operations operates, there are different components to the Special Activities Center that each specialize in an area of warfare or environment to provide them with abilities in the full spectrum of conflict. From what is known, there are 4 different branches of the Special Activities Center: the Ground Branch, Maritime Branch, Air Branch, and the Armor and Special Programs Branch. The Ground Branch oversees all covert...
So they got infantry, they got water, they got air, and then they got armored.
Operations
armored as in tanks.
Handled on.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
Operators in this branch tend to consist of former members of Delta Force who possess the skills necessary to be effective in this environment.
If you ever join any special ops like Delta Force, stuff like that, like combat is engraved into you, right? So whenever you leave Delta, you don't really integrate back into society. You normally do take a job like this, like the CIA hardest of the hardest. It's like you have nothing else. Like, yeah, sure, the paycheck might be amazing, but I'm guaranteeing you, these Delta Force operators or SOG or whoever, they're mostly spending their paychecks on training and equipment. They're not really out here living life like Lamborghinis or buying the newest Yeezys type of stuff, like, or buying multi-million-dollar mansions. You know what I'm saying? So, I was kind of going through my head like, how much you got to get paid to do something like that? I'm sure they're paid a lot, but they're not the type of people to just splurge on crazy stuff. Maybe take care of the family if they have the family, but that's about it. Just training equipment. That's it.
They're experts in surveillance, small arms, field and tradecraft, CQB, hostage rescue, and advanced driving. As for the maritime branch, those who work in this area are responsible for specialized missions that involve the water.
Audit.
Whether it's VBSS, combatant diving, or
VBSS, I'm guessing that's the breathing. There's something breathing. I can't remember what the V stands for, but wearing the mask, going underwater, scuba type.
Specialized watercraft. Members are experts in a variety of sophisticated maritime skills. Naturally, Navy SEALs, DevGru operators, and Force Reconnaissance Marines tend to make up a majority of this branch because of the environments they're expected to operate.
Air Force Reconnaissance, I guess?
Is responsible for Special Activity Centers, aviation
Little birds.
Incredibly skilled pilots and aviation experts work in this branch and provide top-tier transport and exfiltration measures for the operators. Think of it this way. Just like JSOC has the Night Stalkers, the Special Activities Center has the Air Branch. And last but not least, the Armor and Special Programs Branch is unlike the other three branches. It's more supportive than it is operational. This part of the SAC develops, tests, and acquires new personnel, armory, equipment, and transport. Because of the clandestine nature of the missions SAC partakes in, gathering weapons and equipment
so they're the supply drop.
Of the utmost importance.
Okay, I'm over here thinking they're tanks. They're the supply drop. So it's like, hey, we need ammo or something. I don't know.
Armor and Special Programs Branch procures equipment abroad in order to have no connection to the U.S. government in the unfortunate event an SAC operator is compromised or captured. Operators in this...
Wait, say it again. I was too busy thinking about, they're over there, working in like the Taliban shops in the black market. They're getting this special gear and then they drop it somewhere. That's what I'm thinking.
Programs branch procures equipment abroad in order to have no connection to the U.S. government in the
Okay, so that is what they're doing.
The operator is compromised or captured. Operators in the Special Activities Center have helped achieve U.S. foreign policy objectives across the globe. As one of the most versatile tools in the President's toolbox, the Special Activities Center is often considered the very tip of the spear. With the Special Activities Center covered, let's turn our attention to another important part of CIA Special Operations, the Global Response Staff.
Global Response Staff. These are the people on the phones moving stuff around.
The staff operates in the shadows like no other. Aside from a few events, this entity has stayed out of the headlines and public for quite some time. While its specific tasking and scope of operations is classified, the GRS trains teams to work undercover and provides an unobtrusive layer of security for CIA officers and high-risk outposts. In a nutshell, you could say these guys are some pretty badass bodyguards for CIA personnel and VIPs. GRS operators are highly trained in a variety of skills such as surveillance, counter-surveillance, close protection, and weapons handling. Since the Global Response Staff is a highly trained protective force, its primary responsibilities are to map escape routes from meeting places, pat down informants, and provide an envelope of security, all while accepting the fact that if push comes to shove, they're going to have to shoot. One such instance that was highly publicized was the 2012 Benghazi attacks, which resulted in the death of 4 U.S. nationals, 2 of them being Global Response Staff personnel. Former Navy SEALs Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty paid the ultimate sacrifice defending the U.S. Embassy and compounds that were attacked that night. Due to the dangerous and intense environments that the GRS operates in, its personnel generally consists of former Navy SEALs, Rangers, Green Berets, Recon Marines, and AFSPEC War personnel. Roughly 100
Air Force Special Operations.
125 operators are working abroad at any given time.
Wait, hold on.
250 or roughly 125 operators are working abroad at any given time and rotate through cycles of training and off-time back stateside. GRS operators are either full-time CIA officers or contractors who do a few months abroad at a time. Due to the level of risk that CIA case officers carry on their counterterrorism assignments, the Global Response Staff has become a critical component of conventional espionage. In fact, they've become so important that the CIA had to overhaul its top-secret and legendary training program known as The Farm.
Because people found out about it?
The basics of working with GRS teams. Although the agency created the GRS to protect officers in war zones such as Iraq and Afghanistan, it has been expanded to protect secret drone bases as well as CIA facilities and officers in locations including Yemen, Lebanon, and Djibouti. Additionally, sometimes GRS teams provide security for personnel from other agencies, such as NSA teams that deploy sensors or eavesdropping equipment in conflict zones. This perfectly brings us to our next CIA Special Operations Unit, the Special Collections Service.
This is so cool.
If you ask the United States government, they'd say the Special Collections Service doesn't exist.
Of course not.
They definitely don't have a heavily guarded 300-acre headquarters near Beltsville, Maryland.
Why would they?
Nothing to see here. Codenamed F6, the Special Collections Service is a highly secretive black budget joint program between the Central Intelligence Agency and National Security Agency. Operating in 2 to 5 man elements, the SCS is primarily responsible for placing super high-tech bugs and eavesdropping equipment in difficult to reach places, such as at foreign embassies and installations. In a nutshell, think of some highly skilled
espionage is a mud, bro. Oh my god, bro. If you get caught dropping a bug somewhere, oh my goodness, bro. You don't exist and you're disavowed. It's crazy stressful. It's like, it's not if I get caught, I go to jail. It's if I get caught, I'm dead and nobody knows the reason why.
And talented personnel sneaking into a denied area to plant listening devices so they can collect information without the enemy ever knowing they were there in the first place. And sometimes they don't even need to sneak in. Some simply work undercover as foreign service officers or under the guise of business people. They've also been known to use a variety of specialized technical equipment and techniques to intercept communications, including satellite intercepts, microwave and cellular intercepts, and fiber optic taps. Additionally, Special Collections Service personnel are quite literally the MacGyvers of espionage. They can assemble elaborate listening devices from seemingly normal everyday components, such as an umbrella that expands into a parabolic antenna. And as far back as the 1980s, Special Collections personnel were able to use invisible lasers pointed at windows to decipher conversations by measuring only the vibrations of the glass. What they do is absolutely insane. With the Special Collections Service covered, let's move on to the CIA's paramilitary operations officers. As we previously stated, the CIA Special Activities Center consists of its Special Operations Group and the Political Action Group. Paramilitary operations officers run the Political Action Group. As one of the least publicized elements of the Special Activities Center, the Political Action Group is responsible for covert activities related to political influence, psychological operations, economic warfare, and cyber warfare.
Economic
warfare,
are more
focused on politics and influence, especially in situations where the U.S. does not want to be directly associated with whatever the Political Action Group is doing. Thus, it can be said that many missions they partake in are considered as black ops. For example, PMOs can be assembled as pickup teams which act as small-scale strike forces that conduct direct action raids under Title 50 authority for covert action. Not only that, but PMOs often work solo in pursuit of their missions. With plausible deniability by the U.S. sourced from Title 50, PMOs lead and manage covert action programs directed by the President and collect foreign intelligence vital to national security policymakers.
Think of Ghost Recon.
They operate in remote locations behind enemy lines to carry out direct action, including raids and sabotage, counterintelligence, guerrilla and unconventional warfare, counterterrorism, and hostage rescue missions, in addition to being able to conduct espionage via human intelligence assets. As action and results-oriented professionals, they take on demanding responsibilities, accept significant personal risks, and maintain accountability for results. They are expected to be leaders and program managers, running paramilitary and intelligence operations in the field. Being in this line of work requires them to be a jack of all trades in a demanding, high-tempo environment. One year they could be living on the side of a mountain, and the next they're rubbing elbows with foreign diplomats over cocktails. Because of their versatility, PMOs are not only recruited from former SOF operators, but also from conventional forces and lateral movements within the Central Intelligence Agency. People with the right background, skill set, and mentality can find themselves in this prestigious and secretive line of work. While paramilitary operations officers and the Political Action Group are just a tiny sliver of the entire CIA, it's safe to say that their efforts make a giant impact for U.S. intelligence and operations. With everything all said and done, let's be real here. You now know pretty much everything that the U.S. government allows you to know about CIA special operations.
And we might just know more with all those damn secret documents that the president, vice president, former president done had in their office. Like, come on, man.
The men and women who work in these fields work in secret and without recognition on a daily basis, all in the name of serving their country. While we will likely never know the full extent to what CIA Special Operations does and how it is utilized, we do know they make a major impact and they will continue to work quietly in the background as unsung heroes. If you're interested in learning more about the CIA and its covert special operations, you should go check out the book Surprise, Kill, Vanish: The Secret History of CIA Paramilitary Armies, Operators, and Assassins by Amy Jacobson. The link for it is in the description and pinned comment below. And if you're looking for more information, go check out our website, gendischarge.com. All of our videos.
Dope. That's dope. That is dope. And referring to what I said earlier, FBI or CIA, and it's the whole plausible deniability and disavow that just makes me not want to go anywhere near CIA, anywhere near it, man, anywhere near it. But that's crazy. You know, the people that do it, they're making crazy big risk, and they're doing a lot of. It's shady, yeah, it's shady stuff. I mean, you put in bugs in foreign areas, right? Even foreign embassies, right? Even people that could be considered allies, right? We're still listening to our allies because you never know, right? Keep your enemies close and your friends closer type of deal. So it's understandable. It's definitely a big risk, but I mean, I still think it's definitely an interesting career. I don't think it's for me, but do you think it's for you? Let me know in the comments below. It's your boy Miss. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.